Hello everybody. Today we're going to look at the redesign of Mergin maps. I'm Hans van der Kwast and I'm going to interview Tomas Mizera, who's here too. And he's a developer of Mergin maps. And I'll ask him some questions about the redesign and then we're going to have a look at the redesign. Hello Thomas, how are you?
Hello, hi everyone. It's good to be here. I'm happy to discuss the changes and what we were busy within the last couple of months.
Can you tell us a bit of the story behind Mergin maps redesign and rebranding and what motivated these changes?
Sure. So there are actually multiple reasons for the redesign, and it all started like 2 years ago when we did this rebranding where we merged our two products, one that was called Input, which is our mobile app, and another one, Mergin, that was our server and dashboard. And we merged them into one unified product called Mergin Maps. And both of these products, they previously had a different design, and we saw that it is important for our customers to feel like it's really like one product. So we needed to do the redesign for that, so that when you log in or sign up in the dashboard, you go to the mobile app and you see the same product visually. That was one of the reasons. Then these products were just, or these designs were just outdated, and that included colors and icons and design systems. So we needed to and wanted to give it a fresh, new, modern look. And then lastly, there were several like user experience challenges that we wanted to face. It's something that we heard from our customers, and needed to we needed a new design to face these issues. So these are the three issues. At the same time, we try to keep the changes as small as possible so that we don't interrupt our customers. They don't like go, wow, what everything changed. Everything changed. So as you will see in the following demo, much of the things are still the same. It has a fresh new look, but we addressed several user experience issues.
Thank you for explaining that. And it's good. So Thomas, how did you approach the process of reimagining the product's identity and user experience?
So it's a process that included both the marketing team and the development team, and it all started by thinking about the user experience. That was like the beginning, and we were discussing how different buttons, where they should be, how big they should be, and what's the general layout of the application. And then our designer went into work and started to design based on these layouts that we set previously. So it was designing after this user experience part, um, and then it was all the development efforts and also testing while doing that. And then we had a QA, like quality assurance, where we did all of these regression tests. We also released a beta versions and let our beta testers come into the process, give feedback, and finally we released that.
Nice. It's really a thought through process. And what were the key design principles or guidelines that influenced the new look and feel of Mergin Maps?
So it was our new design system mainly. So as I said, we redesigned, we rebranded into one unified merge called Mergin Maps, and this came with a new logo, with the logo pack, and with new colors, and we needed a whole bunch of new colors to be an online brand, and also we wanted to keep things look simple. And over time, our old products, we felt like we had a limited um, design, and that made us do complicated stuff. So this new design actually like freed us to make things more simple.
Yeah, I think that's also really the power of the Mergin Maps app, that it looks really nice and clean always. And it's really good also that you keep that spirit in the new design, that the
Thank you.
screens of
Yes,
users
that's what
get
we
too
aim for.
complicated and too crowded. So, but how did you then balance the aesthetics with usability during the redesign process?
Right. So as I said, we actually started with the user experience part as a first step. The design came after that. So we really tried to first think about how users will interact with the app, and only after that start the designing. So, and whenever we found that the design is not working well with usability, that even though it looks very nice, then it's not very usable, we changed that. And it was a process of going back and forth between design and rethinking whether it meets the criteria or not for our customers.
And did you get any specific user feedback or pain points that were taken into account at that point?
Yes, so there are two categories. One is that the whole bunch of feedbacks we heard in the last couple of years that we wanted to address, and the second category is what we heard from our beta testers. So from in the first category, we heard things like the sharing dialog is complicated in the dashboard, or the user management in the dashboard is quite complicated, or that in the mobile app you can't access the layers drawer easily. You need to go to the more menu and then hit layers. And from the second category, from our beta testers, we heard that some font colors were not fine for our feature form, so we were changing that, and there were different feedback we heard from our beta testers that we needed to address.
It's very good that you could take user experience into account with that tester group. Well, we're all very curious how it then looks like, so we're looking forward to your demo, Thomas. Thank you for answering all these questions.
Great, let's do the demo then. All right, let's get started. So as I mentioned earlier, one of our main goals was to make the mobile app and the dashboard look similar and look like one product. For this, we crafted a new design system that you can explore under merginmaps.com/brandassets. We'll now first go through the changes in the mobile app, and then we'll explore the changes in the dashboard. So let's start with the mobile app. I have a comparison here between how the app looked previously, that is on the left, with how it looks in the new design system now. One of the first changes that you'll probably see is that on the map view, we changed some buttons in the main toolbar. This is something that we heard from you, and that you would like to access buttons that are more commonly used on these three places, and put buttons that you don't use that often, like projects, into the more menu that is accessible when you click on the more. So that's what we did. First thing, we exchanged this sync button with the GPS button that you can see here to make it unified with other mapping software. We also moved layers button to the main toolbar that you can see here, and the projects button, which is not accessed that often, has been moved to the more options. You can also see changes to the GPS accuracy button. It was moved to the left to clear this space that's tapped often. And for preview panel, we changed, so if you identify an object in the preview panel, previously it was really hard to show like longer texts. So this is what we changed with the new design. Title and text for your fields are now on top of each other, so you get the whole vertical space to show your long strings, like this one, for example. For feature forms, we changed a few things to make them nicer and more user-friendly for you. So first thing is that we unified how value map and value relations are shown in the mobile app. So previously, value maps were using this combo box, which is not the best user experience for the mobile app. So now value map and value relations both use drawer like this, where you can select features. If you have more features, you can search, and you can scroll this list, which was not possible in the combo box here. For photos, we also make them stretch vertically, that you can see here. So you use the full vertical space. In the project menu, one of the things that you can see is that now the app paints behind system bars. So previously there used to be just some blue or black rectangle, both on top and on the bottom. But now the app paints behind the system bars. This affects also the map view. Then we moved the currently active project from this list to the top of the list to make it easier for you to access the currently open project. This was an issue previously, like if you had several downloaded projects, it was hard to scroll to the currently active project. So now it is pinned to the top. There are also some notable changes to the recording mode. One that I would mention now is how the streaming mode is handled. So previously, streaming mode would start when you click and hold on the GPS button. The streaming mode would start, but you wouldn't even know really that it started. So how we changed it is that given that we moved the GPS button to the map, we have now only 4 buttons in the recording toolbar, which is nicer as well. And then we added this new button for streaming. So if you have a line or polygon layer, you can start the streaming mode simply by clicking on this button, clicking yes in the confirmation button, and then you have a nice indication that the streaming is running. And you also get visible or visual confirmation in a way that the crosshair is not there. There are other changes that I would like to show you directly in the mobile app. So the first change is how the GPS button works. Previously, we had this functionality called Auto Center to GPS that you could enable either in settings or by pressing and holding the GPS button. This Auto Center to GPS was suboptimal, and we enhanced it now. So you enable it simply by clicking on the GPS button. Now the map canvas follows you wherever you go. You don't need to click and hold. If you pan the map or zoom the map, the Auto Center is cancelled, and you can enable it back again by tapping on the GPS button. The second thing that I would like to showcase in the mobile app is a new feature with where you can identify multiple features. So if you have features that are on one place and it's hard for you to select one precisely, especially if you have polygons one on top of each other, you can now click and hold on a place and you'll get a list of features that we found around your clicked position, and you can click on one and that one will get selected. So this is especially helpful if you have points that are directly on top of each other and it was impossible to select those underneath. Let's now explore changes on dashboard. So I'll highlight 3 notable changes. The first one is that we moved the help center from the bottom left and bottom right corner into this information icon. And when you click on it, you can access our documentation, community Slack channel, and you can contact our support. The second change is that if you are on the cloud or enterprise edition, you have workspaces. And the workspace management for members has been unified. Previously, in the members tab, you would see 3 different tables. The one would be for your members, second one for guests, and the third one below the 2 would be your pending invitations that you sent to someone to join your workspace. Now all 3 are merged together and you can have them in one unified view. all your guests, your members, and invitations. You can change your guest into a member simply by clicking on this drop-down menu and choosing one of the role for your workspace. If you want to invite someone, you can do it easily here. So let me add Steven. I can make him, let's say, writer and invite. And you'll see pending invitation right in this table. You also have an option to remove the invitation, and there is a new detail for workspace member and guest. You can see all their projects that they can access. You can remove it, and you can also change their permission for these projects. And the third change is if you go to your project, you can see a new tab called Collaborators. Now this is a new tab that was extracted from settings that no longer has a table of collaborators, and it was extracted to a separate tab. One thing that changed here is that now you see everyone who has access to this to this project in this table. Previously, you would see only people that you share the project directly with, and then everyone who would be workspace member would also see this project. Now everyone from your workspace and everyone who can however see and access your project will be listed in this table here. So it's an easier way to manage who has an access to your project and with what permission. You can also share the project from this tab, either by adding new people to your workspace, by typing in their email address, or simply by choosing an existing guest and giving them permission. So let's add Marcel, and I can see that he is a guest in our workspace and he has access to this project now. So there are more things that I haven't had a chance to go through, and we are very happy to hear your feedback. All right, these were some notable changes in the redesign project, and the list wasn't complete. There are more things to discover, so I invite all of you to try it out yourself.
Wow, Thomas, that was a really cool demonstration. I'm really looking forward to use Mergin Maps with the new design. I can't wait. Thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, and we are keen to hear what our customers think about that. And thank you for everyone involved, and especially thank our beta testers for helping us figure all the bugs and issues on the way.